Hi, today I want to share with you a traveler's notebook that I created for my Las Vegas trip that we took back in February. We were only in Las Vegas for less than 72 hours and I took way too many pictures and I wanted to document it. I thought, oh, it was a 2.5 day trip. We left San Jose at 6 p.m. on Friday night and got home at 7 a.m. Monday morning. And so it was a super quick trip. I thought a traveler's notebook would work for me, but as you can see, it is busting at the seams. I ended up I wanted to find traveler's notebooks that had a lot of pages, which I wish I would have used traveler's notebooks with less pages because one of them actually started coming out. I printed all the pictures I wanted to use in the album and I kind of like put them in order. And so each of these notebooks, there's 2 notebooks, I took probably like 3 or 4 pages out of each because I knew that's all I needed, but it still is just like busting at the seams. So let me get to this. I've had this paper for, I don't know, over 10 years. I got it at a Scrapbook Expo one time. I don't even know where I got it, what brand it is. I used the Wandering Planners. It's the Wandering Planners Las Vegas stamp set a lot throughout this. This is from that set. I can't remember where the Celebrate is, but my friend had invited us to Vegas to celebrate her 50th birthday. So I wanted to document this. There's a lot of journaling in here, but some of them are only a couple of pages long, or sorry, a couple of sentences long. I try to use as much washi tape. Some of these layouts are really detailed, and some of them towards the end, I was just like, I just want to finish it. So you'll see a mixture of both. But I try to use gold, white, black, and there's some red in here. I mainly use this Yes Please by My Mind's Eye, the 6x6 pad. And I also use this Park Lane Classic Chic. This is the Joann's brand. And I really like the gold. They're different golds, but they still worked. Just on different pages. So let's get back to the beginning. So this is a picture of my husband and me at the airport. So we stopped at one of the bars at the airport, and his friend was actually leaving town the same time, so we were at the bar with him. So we had a drink before we got on the airplane. Then, okay, first of all, this is the only blue you will see throughout my book. I wanted to use this tag, so in order to use this little vellum tag, I had to match the rest of it. And so this was on the plane. We had another drink. My husband travels a lot, so we get free vouchers. So we used a voucher so we had 2 drinks going into Vegas. And this is just the strip from the airplane. And when we were at the airport, I seen the first slot machine. I'm like, I'm gonna win big. So I put a whole $1. And I lost. I didn't get anything at all. And it was a penny machine. It was sad. And we also grabbed a coffee because we probably got into Vegas, I don't know, about 7:30. I don't know if I wrote down the time. So we left San Jose at 4:55. So we probably got in about 7:30. 6:30. So yeah, we weren't there very long. So back. So I got to use my coffee stamps and this coffee washi. and I used a little bit of red, a little pop of color. So once we checked into the hotel, we got on a party bus with a bunch of people, and we went, they dropped us off at, is this the Mirage? Yeah, the Mirage. I know the hotel says Mirage, but I didn't know if it was at the Mirage, and it's the volcano show. That was at 10 p.m. That was our first stop. And this is the group we had. We had so much fun. And a fun thing about it was we got to drink on the bus. So this is just while we were across the street from the Mirage. Then the bus took us to the Bellagio so we could watch the water show, and that is awesome. That was the first time I've actually ever seen the show, and so it does a water show to music, and it's pretty awesome. So see, this one I didn't even put any journaling because some of these pictures don't need to. Then I got creative. So we went into the Bellagio, and so I'm like, I'm gonna watercolor for these two pictures I took. Well, I should have watercolored on different paper because now it's all kind of warped. But I had fun. I just kind of tried to pick the colors out of this and did the watering color. Then I took Hardy Swap, the gold color shine, and I just brushed it over so you got a little sheen to bring out the gold in the rest of the album. And this Oh Yeah is from a Amy Tangerine stamp set. And each page I put the date on it. I did that at the end. So at first I used my Hardy Swap. It was really cute. Which one was it? This one is really cute. The rest are just like a standard stamp. And when we went, they were celebrating the Chinese New Year. I think it was the week, maybe 2 weeks before. So a lot of the hotels had the Year of the Pig displays and stuff. So this was one of them. This was in the Bellagio. And this Happy New Year is actually an Amy Tangerine stamp set. And the Year of the Pig, I bought her alphabet. And so that also is Amy Tangerine. I love cherry blossoms. Of course, we're using our phones, and it's dark in these places. So this is me and the birthday girl and my other friend. So we took a picture. It's a little blurry, but it works. And this is an Allie Edwards stamp. It says, "So glad we are friends." It's just some more pictures. And a lot of these pictures, I mean, I know I take a lot of pictures every time I go places. And I know you don't need to scrapbook them all, but I kind of wanted to put what we've seen without making it too many pictures. There's a lot of pictures I didn't use, so. This little picture is, we were across the street, and I guess I could have kind of zoomed in a bit more when I printed it. This is the Casino Royale, and it is not a very nice hotel. It's just right on the strip, and I think it's a Best Western. I don't know what type of it, but my husband used to go there when we were in our 20s, and it was cheap, and he enjoyed staying there, you know, as a 20-year-old or 21-year-old. And so I wanted just to capture that because he's like, oh, I missed that. I don't. Now this is us on the bus dancing, because you could dance or you can have music. And again, here is the birthday girl, my friend, and me. And this, I think, is the Allie Edwards. And so I had printed all these pictures from Persnickety. I think I had a bunch of credits, so I just ended up printing a bunch. A lot of them are dark. I wish I would have lightened them. But I also wanted to try using my what is it? It's an Instax. It's the one that prints square pictures. So I had printed this twice, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to get rid of it. So I actually just put it as an insert, and the journaling is up here. I'll put that away later. And here is the majority of us near the bus. Two people were missing. I don't know where they were. Maybe they were in the bathroom. I don't know. But I thought that was cool to put in. And then we went to the sign, because you have to go to the sign, right? And there was a photographer there, of course. And for 20 bucks, she gave us a bunch of, I think we took like 15 pictures. And so I only printed 3. And I used just a little flip thing, and you could see that she was telling us how to pose. So that was kind of cool. They were just being funny. And we went back to the hotel, and so we got there on February 22nd, and her birthday was the 23rd. So we celebrated by going to the bar and cheersing her for her birthday. I think this was like at 2 in the morning, but we had gotten back to the hotel probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I just love this. This is the bar we were at, and I just love these lanterns. So I took a picture and I wanted to put it in here. I didn't do any journaling, but we were at the Luxor, so I used the room key. Don't tell anybody I took the room key. And so that was the end of the first day, or first night. Then we went to sleep finally. And then my husband and I woke up early to go to Caesar Palace because I had an appointment to get fake eyelashes. I have never had fake eyelashes, so I'm like, we're in Vegas, I need fake eyelashes. So we got up early, which I'm surprised we woke up so early. And again, Caesar's Palace had all this display. This was so awesome. This dragon. And here we are. And this was outside of Caesar's Palace. After, you can't even tell I have fake eyelashes, but whatever. And so I wanted to use this quote. First I wrote it and it just looked horrible. So then I used my typewriter, and it says, "This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?" And that's from The Hangover. So of course, you know, we were quoting The Hangover while we were walking around Caesar's Palace. Like, do you have a phone bank for my beeper? We're dorks. And then this was outside of Caesar's Palace, again, just for the Chinese New Year. And we met my friends at Hell's Kitchen for lunch. So we were just waiting for them. So we took a selfie. Here are the drinks we had there. I had wine, and I think this is a Moscow Mule. And just another picture of us. And we were going to have a big dinner that night. So my husband and I ended up sharing this really good hamburger and then having just a shrimp cocktail for lunch. And then because it was my friend's birthday, they gave her this, oh my God, this cake was so delicious. It's a sticky toffee pudding, and I had never eaten one before. And so we all shared. Oh my God, I wish I could. So I looked up a recipe, and it actually has dates in there. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it or try to make it, but it was so delicious. So if you're ever in Vegas, you need to go here just to get the dessert. And so then we went back, or we went in. So Hell's Kitchen is right outside of Caesar's Palace. So then we went in because my husband had gone to get an autograph with a 49er. So the birthday girl, my friend Lynn, she took a picture with Caesar, Julius Caesar, then I did, and then my friend Meredith did. And again, see, this is towards the end. I just, you know, labeled it. So then here's my husband. He he took a picture with Jerry Rice, got his autograph on this mini helmet. My husband was so excited. So, yay. I think he threw my husband my husband threw him a pass. I don't know. But he was happy. And in this right here, I wanted to take a picture. So we were too late for the water show inside Caesar's Palace. And we didn't want to stay till the next showing. But it's supposedly really good. But I wanted to show, this is a to-go cup of wine, a glass of wine. And they sold it everywhere in Vegas. And I didn't really feel like journaling. This, again, I had gone back and forth throughout the album and I was done journaling. So I just put to-go travel wine. Then we walked, and we shouldn't have walked because it was a far walk. We walked to the Cosmopolitan. But you know, when you're in Vegas, you're like, oh, the hotel's right there. And then you keep walking and you're like, it's right there. It's not right there. There was so many of us that we decided to walk instead of Ubered or taxiing. We should have took a couple Ubers. We really wanted to go into the chandelier bar. Again, I didn't really do any journaling on all of these. I just wanted to showcase, because I took a bunch of pictures at the chandelier bar. I mean, it would have been awesome, but the whole bar wasn't open, and the parts that were open were super crowded. So we went into the Cosmopolitan, used the restroom, and then we split up. I really like this section. It was Alice in Wonderland related, but we didn't. So on this paper, this is from the Joann's line, and it was just black and white. So I used the Heidi Swapp Color Shine. I think it's a raspberry. I should have used a different color because it's a little dark, but I wanted to mimic Alice in Wonderland, how they were painting the roses, but yeah, they did an okay job. I wish it was a little more red than maroon. And here's one of my friends. This is still the Cosmopolitan. That's a pretty cool hotel. I don't know if I'd stay there, but. And then we finally got a drink at the Cosmopolitan. I don't remember what drink this was, but we went to one of them. It was their signature drink or something. Then we went back to our hotel to get ready for dinner. So we just went, I really wanted to go to this restaurant. So my husband and I just had a beer and a wine. Actually, that's a sangria. I could tell because there's fruit hanging out and ice. And then this was us at the bar. So this is the page that actually, I did the page and it came apart from the rest of the thing, but because it's bound in here, I think it should be fine. Again, I had printed this with persnickety prints, and I was using my Instax. So again, I had the same picture, but I just used them both because I really like that picture of us. This is just a tree. I think there's a Chinese restaurant or maybe a Japanese restaurant in the hotel, and I really enjoyed the tree. We didn't go in there, but I like to see the decor at all the hotels. Unfortunately, once we got to dinner, I didn't take very many pictures, or even after that. So I just took a picture of my meal and the bottle of wine that we shared. There was, I think, 11 of us, 9 of us, I don't remember. And so after we had dinner, we kind of had a rush out of dinner because we had a show, and we went to see the Naked Magicians. Not everybody went. Some of the guys decided not to go, and so that show was so odd. It was a magic show, but it wasn't really magical, and it was a comedy show, but it wasn't that fun. I mean, it was funny. I was laughed, but I would definitely not go again. But she had fun. The birthday girl had fun. So she had left early on Sunday morning, and my husband and I weren't leaving until Monday morning. So we went to a bunch of the hotels. So this right here was, I don't remember what hotel this was. It's next to the Luxor. But you can't really see. I took this picture because this bar is called Eye Candy. But these pictures kind of came out pretty dark. I should have lightened before I had them printed. And we walked to New York, New York, which again was quite a walk. And we were at the bar with video poker. And we were waiting for two of our friends who were still there. And I found out I love video poker. I don't like playing, I like playing blackjack, just not at tables, because I feel like if I make the wrong move or ask for a card when I shouldn't, then people get mad at me. And then slot machines are so just like, oh, I didn't win. Oh, I didn't win. So video poker, you kind of have to think, so. Just a little bit. And then I enjoyed this sign. It says, hangovers are temporary, drunk stories are forever. So I wanted to really put that in there. Again, no journaling. It's just me with a glass of wine. And then we went to the Tilted Kilt, which is kind of like Hooters, I guess. And we had a couple of drinks, and I think we had appetizers or something. And this one I won 150 credits, which I was only paying quarters, so I won $37.50. But I was at the bar and I'm like, woohoo! And then my husband was at the blackjack table, and the dealer's like, oh, somebody won big. And then my husband turned around, he's like, she probably won $25. Yeah, oh, I won a little more. So we were at this casino called O'Shea's, and they had this kind of like frappuccino maker. So I got the coffee with Bailey's, and it was so delicious. Oh my God, it was so good. Then we went to the Casino Royale, and they had a hamburger place. I don't remember. White Castle. And I got another cup of wine to go. Then this was we went, I forgot which hotel this is, the Venetian, and we were done. We were so the thing about Vegas is I don't think you're supposed to carry glass around, but you carry alcohol, so that was from a different bar. And I think we were done for the night. And it was, I don't remember what time it was. And then this is the last picture of the mountains. So the 2 days before we went to Vegas, Vegas snowed, and a lot of the flights were canceled. So it was a big to-do. By the time we got there on Friday, so I think it snowed on Wednesday, and by the time we got there on Friday, there was no snow left. And I looked, and by our hotel there was this little, I should have put a picture in it. I did take a picture, but I didn't print it. Just like this little bit of snow, but anyway. So that was my Vegas Traveler's Notebook, my first and only, my last Traveler's Notebook scrapbook. I take way too many pictures to do this size, and I need something that the binding won't, cause the pages to come out. But I hope you enjoyed my walkthrough, and let me know if you like it or you don't. Bye.